ho. Don't dare sing anymore. I will get copyrighted. Anybody who listens to 80s music recognize that band or that song? Hey, let me know. Pick some of my basil. No, this and other herbs too. Hello everyone. I told you guys that I would show you some of the plants that we plant here in my building. Now, these plants are planted by various people, not just me, because we have a gardening committee that gardens in the backyard. So here is some bell peppers that people have planted here that are coming up, but they're kind of little still, see? But they're coming up. We've had really kind of wet and crazy weather this year, unusual for this time of year for this state. We have a lot of tomatoes here. I don't know who planted the tomatoes. I did not. I've been watering them when it's not raining, but it's been raining so often I haven't really had to. Somebody picked all the red ones off of here already and kept them for themselves, which they're not supposed to do. But there are green ones that aren't ripe yet. And then there's like various other tomato plants in buckets and flower pots, and there's this up here in a raised bed. There's raised beds full of flowers and other plants here. This is some thyme with some other things with it here. We have some mint plants over in this raised bed. There's some kale plants in this one. I'm not sure if they look good or not because I honestly don't eat or also didn't plant the kale. Over here there's some mixed greens. I've tried a few of these. They're actually really good. And there's some different kinds of lettuces. Sassy salad blend here. This is also one of those raised beds like my flowers are in, because we have a lot of those here, because this is like a paved area back here. We also have some space in the front where people plant some things. On the other side of the backyard, we have another raised bed with some variegated sage planted in it. We also have some thyme and things over here. These are the herbs that I planted over here. I planted a lot of basil because basil is one of my favorite herbs. These flowers are coming up crazy on the top because basically it's raining too much. I'm going to have to take quite a bit off the top here. It's going to start going to flower seed, and we don't want that yet because it's still growing really well. I'll have to deadhead all this basil when I'm finished recording for you guys. But within the basil is also some peppers here. These are green peppers back here that somebody else had planted in here before I put my plants in. I'm not really sure if they grow well together or not. Some of the people who reside here don't really follow those kind of rules. I tend to do that. And I planted some herbs over here. I planted some parsley, a few other things here. And then one of the people in the building had put some onions in here, and she said they didn't come up. She had put some carrots, they didn't come up. So I don't know. Some of it might be okay. I'm not really sure how that's looking yet. Yeah, no. The carrots are real little, just the beginning of a carrot. And yeah, that's not going to work. And then we have these other things here. I'm just trying to show you quick before a whole lot of people come out here. There's like 200 people who live in this building, like that could just come out here. So somebody, I don't know what they did to my basil. It was okay the other day. It's looking kind of sun scorched or something right now. I'm going to water it a little bit more, even though it has rained and stormed at night. For some odd reason, it just looks very dried up. I don't know a lot about what's going on here. Looks like somebody put a marigold or something in with my basil. Not really sure why. I didn't put that in. Try to fix this. I mean, I have been trying to keep up on it, but there's like 5 other people that are supposed to be doing this as well. You know, we're supposed to take care of each other's flowers, not just our own, but a lot of people just do their own and ignore the rest. So you got to keep on the ball with this kind of stuff, because we also have neighbors that like to come and take tomatoes and stuff. This isn't looking so bad here. I think that maybe some things are planted with some things they shouldn't be. Some things argue. They don't like to share the location or soil, and then they fight over it and somebody dies, or sometimes the same bugs like the same plants. Whereas if you find a plant that wards off a certain kind of beetle or something, and then you have a plant that attracts that kind of beetle, if you put them together, it can help. This isn't looking so bad though, this little plant here. It does need some water. In spite of the fact that it just rained on it last night, it looks like it needs some water. So I'm going to do that. But, guys, I just wanted to show you a little bit about what's planted here in this apartment building yard. I wish I had my own yard. I wish I had a house, and I wish I had my own garden, because I could do this my way then. I could plant peas, which is the one thing I really miss. And I have to buy them at the farmer's market because my parents used to plant tons of peas, and I used to just eat them all raw. They used to plant raspberries. All kinds of things that I miss having here. But just thought I'd show you guys that quickly, and I'll talk to you guys soon.